What's up guys, and welcome back to the Achievement Hall of Fame. Roll the intro. In this show, we celebrate the greatest Xbox achievements of all time. The Xbox On team will tell you about their favorite achievements, and you'll decide which one should enter the Hall of Fame by telling us down in the comments below. In our last episode, we picked fancy RPG achievements, and the voting was pretty even. Some people agreed with me that fighting the Balrog for the Lord of Horror achievement in Shadow of War was a highlight. That fight was a lot of fun, and to get an achievement out of it was just a bonus, said Explosive Bomber. Other people preferred to battle with cards instead of swords and voted for Witcher 3's Card Collector. I've been playing the game for 150 hours and I didn't even get 10% of the cards, writes one viewer with the username What About a Round of Gwent, and with a name like that, was there any other choice? But our winning achievement is one of Lydia's picks, and it's Friends Like These from Skyrim. This achievement sees you join the Dark Brotherhood by deciding to kill one of 3 strangers. Although our comment suggests that you guys didn't play by the rules, I killed all 3 with a fireball, and Astrid was quite impressed, writes Spiderfan, and John Mathis says, I couldn't decide who was guilty, so I used Fire Breath and killed all 3. Is there anyone who didn't kill all 3? But anyway, it's a great quest and a great achievement, so into the Hall of Fame it goes. Anyway, for this week's episode, we've been thinking about all the terrible things that we've done in games to pick the most evil Xbox achievement. So let's see what the team have come up with.
So my first evil achievement is Enemy of the Poor from the first Assassin's Creed. So this one is particularly nasty. So as Altair, you'll obviously be wandering the streets a lot, right? And you have beggars come up to you asking for food or for money, you're desperate for some help. What you do is you beat them up. You beat up the homeless who are just needing a little bit of help. You don't even do that once. You don't just beat up one homeless person. You beat them up 25 times. 25 people come to you, this glorious assassin who is helping save mankind, and they come to you for help, and you beat them up. It's horrific. But if you want to be a little bit sort of, to more time efficient, you can actually beat up each beggar 5 times until they die. And then you've got to move on to the next one. So you cut it down a bit, you've got more dead bodies to deal with, but at least you save some time, you horrible, horrible person.
Watch what you're doing! Don't do that!
So my first evil achievement for the Hall of Fame has got to be Dastardly from Red Dead Redemption, and not because Red Dead 2 is coming out this year, which I'm extremely excited about, but because to get Dastardly by accident, you have to be one of the most evil people around, because to get the achievement, what you've got to do is go into a town in Red Dead Redemption, find a woman, tie her up with hog ties, put her on the back of your horse, then, just ride out to a railway track somewhere in the middle of nowhere and just put her on the track. And not just that, you then just have to wait and watch a train run her over. But on the plus side, you get some gamer score, but it's a pretty evil thing to do. And whoever found this achievement the first time round, because it is a secret achievement in the game, you're one evil
So the achievement I'm going for is from a game where you make a lot of hard decisions, and that's The Walking Dead Season 1. And the achievement's called A Rock and a Hard Place, and boy are you in a hard place when you have to make it. So in the game, you're at a farm and you're surviving with a bunch of other families that are trying to get away from the post-apocalyptic world that exists around the perimeter. And you're actually, one of the tasks that you need to do is help rebuild a fence outside the farm. And your friend Sean, that brought you there, that saved you, is there fixing away at the fence. And there's a kid in one of the families who actually manages to run over your friend Sean and get his leg trapped underneath the tyre. And at the same time, there's loads of zombies and walkers coming over the fence. Now this is where this achievement gets evil, because you have to either pick between saving your friend Sean or a child. Now this child's name is Duck. Who calls their child Duck? But if action movies have taught me anything, is it that you have to save the kid. The kid's got so much more potential, he's got so many more years ahead of him in that apocalyptic world. He doesn't have to grow up to become a fence builder like Sean. But this is about evil achievements. The kid's name is Duck, he ran over my friend and he looks like he could be really annoying for the rest of the game. So obviously, I decided to save Sean because, you know, I saved my mate, I get rid of an annoying kid, and there's 20G in my back pocket to take home. Pretty even achievement. Get it in the Hall of Fame.
Kenny!
So my vote for the Hall of Fame of evil achievements is Murderer, which is murderer, but spelt with a moo, from The Witcher 3 DLC, Hearts of Stone. Now, as the title suggests, this is all about murdering cows. You have to murder 20 cows. Now, if you've watched our previous Hall of Fame episodes, you may remember that I made a similar case for Fable 2, where I tried to get you to vote for an achievement about kicking chickens. And you might be wondering, what has this insane freak got against farmyard animals? What I like about this achievement, apart from the idea of collecting all that delicious beef, is that it's a grotesque use of Geralt's powers. I mean, the Witchers as characters go through this incredibly rigorous training. You know, they undergo all this combat training from a young age. They ingest all these toxic potions, so they're really kind of like super-powered people. And it's meant to be to fight dragons or to fight, you know, pretty much the horsemen of the apocalypse, not to kill cows. But there we go. It's kind of insane that I'm being asked to do this, but why not? As I said, you had to kill 20 of these cows. You can find a field where there's loads of them. You have to meditate, though, to make the cows respawn, which is kind of like a little pocket of calm in the middle of all that mooing murder. So, yeah, it's a pretty evil achievement. Vegetarians probably want to steer clear of this one, but that's why you should vote it into the Hall of Fame.
So my achievement for the Evil Hall of Fame is from Mortal Kombat X, which really is kind of already a pretty evil place. You got people ripping out spines, you've got Jax who rips off the top of someone's head and then puts out a cigar on their lower jaw. You even have someone who will propel a child at someone at incredible speeds and make them go right through them. But my achievement doesn't involve the two consenting fighters, but in fact involves an old lady. So if you're fighting in the Outworld Marketplace, you can get an achievement called the Blanche Advantage. Now the idea of this achievement is there's an old lady in the background who I imagine's just getting on with her day, buying the Outworld equivalent of Werther's Originals, which I don't really want to think about. I imagine they're disgusting. But you can grab this old lady from the background, bring her onto your field of play, and propel her at incredible speeds towards your enemy. Now when I first got this achievement, I had to pause the game and I was laughing for pretty solidly for about 5 minutes. It's hilarious. I've just weaponized an old lady. But when I really think about it, this is pretty cruel. I've just thrown this old lady and she's just died on my opponent. It was so cruel, in fact, that NetherRealm took notice of people noticing that you can weaponize an old lady, and took it one step further. If you finish a match with Blanche by throwing her at someone, she will mount them and punch them repeatedly in the face. So I guess you could say Blanche in the end kinda gets the advantage. And that's why I think this achievement should go in the Evil Hall of Fame.
Walk it off. Aaron Black wins.
So my second most evil achievement on Xbox for the Hall of Fame has got to be the power of the atom in Fallout 3. Now I think a lot of people will agree with me here because you can get the achievement in two ways. The good way, where you get a load of good karma, or the bad way, which for the sake of this video, is the way we're doing it. So you'll go into Megaton, right, you'll ignore what Lucas Sims tells you to do and disarm the bomb. No, we're not doing that. You go straight to Mr. Burke, right, sabotage the bomb, go to Tenpenny Towers, go on their lovely balcony where there's some crazy old man on the corner, and then what makes it the most evil achievement is the fact that you press the button. You open the case, you press the button and trigger one of the most visually impressive effects in Fallout 3. You kill everyone in Megaton, you get a load of caps, but the best thing is the fact that you get a master suite in Tenpenny Towers. It's really comfortable, it's lovely. Just the downside that you kind of got a load of bad karma and killed everyone in Megaton. Oh, and some game score.
What a grand display of fireworks! I almost wish there was another nuke we could detonate.
My second evil achievement is the Black Widow, and that's from Sims 4. Now, this one is kind of hilariously evil. It's really grim. So basically, you have to outlive 5 of your spouses in one lifetime. So you know what that means, right? you've got to murder your husband or your wife over and over again. So one way to get this achievement is basically start a house and have 6 people living in it. A good way to do it is to make your character quite young and then 5 old people. You then marry them one by one and then kill them. And whilst you're mourning, you start jumping into bed with the next one, and then you kill them off as well, one by one. And they're all watching this horror unfold, but for some reason they just keep marrying you because they can't keep their hands off you. An interesting thing, of course, with this achievement is working out how to kill everyone. Do you put them in the kitchen and start a horrible blaze and then take away the doors? Or do you woohoo them to death? I won't go into details with that, but just think about that. This achievement is sadistic and evil, but weirdly satisfying to do. So that's why it's on my list of the best evil achievements.
So there we have it. Those are some of the most evil achievements that the Xbox On team could come up with. Do make sure to vote down in the comments below with which one you think is the most evil. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and drop a thumbs up on the video. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.